show you, and I want to try and keep this completely just knitting project related, but I got some show and tell. So, life update. We are in another pretty crazy lockdown, and they just put more restrictions on our province. So, trying to find the little things and focus on the little things. And so we've decided we are actually, so it's been in the works for a bit, but we weren't sure if it was going to happen still. But half of our backyard isn't fenced, and so we should have done it a few years ago when lumber wasn't so expensive, but we're finally doing it. So they're coming on Thursday, and our backyard is going to be fenced off, and it'll be nice and safe for the kids. And we're just going to basically focus all of our energy. I don't know how much energy we have left, but all of that focus is going to go on the backyard and making the backyard just a magical place that we want to be. So I'm excited about that, and I'm actually hoping that once the fence is in, I'll be able to maybe do a video out there, maybe one of me setting up my garden. All of the stuff that I need to do that has either been bought and purchased, or it's on its way. So I'm very excited about that. But now to talk about knitting. I have one FO. I don't really know if I can call it that. It's kind of cheating. But I needed the needles. And I started this literally a year ago. But I cheated. So this is the Ray Ray sweater. I will link it because I can't remember the designer's name, but it's Ray Ray, so R-A-I. It is supposed to be long sleeve, and I modified this. So it is supposed to be knit with fingering weight yarn on teeny tiny needles, but I decided to hold it with a strand of mohair, and I used a US 7, which was significantly bigger than what the pattern called for. But I kept everything else the same. So you can see the stripes. It was from a mini skein set that I did last year. And I essentially, I had 2 skeins of the main color, but I just wanted this off the needles, and I didn't want to, I basically had knit, like, it was so silly. I had basically knit this like right to here on the sweater, and it sat for a year. So I finished off the hem, making sure that I had just enough yarn left to basically pick up the sleeve stitches and just bind them off, which is what I did. So it'll be really cute for spring, summer. Nice little layering piece, maybe over like a dress or skirt or something. So that is my only finished object, and almost like an end to the superwash, because this was my last superwash thing. So it has been blocked, just need to weave in my ends. But that is what I finished. And the only thing that I finished, I have 2 new cast-ons, and one other. So I'm kind of going between 3 whips right now. One, you know, because I've shared it a little bit, but it's my granny square blanket. I made quite a bit of progress. I've done all of these, and I think that it's going to be so pretty. So what I do when I'm crocheting multicolored granny squares is I will pick one color to be the center. I should change this. I'll pick one color to be the center, and then I will count how many other contrast colors there are and do that many centers, and then I basically go like the first round I will assign like these have the same center, and then you kind of get what I mean. Like I'll say, okay, this one's going to be the deep maroon color, this one's going to be the green, this one was like this purpley mauve. So I just kind of go through and do that, and then once that's done I then assign their secondary colors, and I just kind of like switch them up and map it all out and stuff. So I've done here's another one. So I have done 4 of the colors, and I think I have 9. So I'm gonna keep going and working on it, and then the color that is going to join them all together is this brown, and I think it'll be really pretty. So making lots of progress on that. I am sort of kind of weaving in my ends as I go. You can see like so like this is the front side of this one, and this is the back side. So the only one I have left is this last one, which I won't cut until I've started joining. And I always do a join as I go. I don't like to sit there and sew them together. So that is whip number 1, and I love it. It makes me really happy. It's what I work on mostly when I'm around the kids. I find it easier to crochet around them than to knit, because if I make a mistake, it's easier to rip back. And then I've casted on 2 new things. So if you remember a while ago, I had casted on the Terrazzo Slipover. It was like a vest, and I was using the Anne colorway. I love it so much. But I tried it on and I did not like how it fit. I think it's definitely, some of that pandemic snacking has caught up with me. So, yeah, I'm gonna frog it and use the yarn for something else. But I cast it on another vest, and this one's been really interesting construction, bit of a puzzle, but I think it's looking really good. So I've got, basically I'm just adding length to the body right now. I've done the collar, and I just have to pick up and do the cuffs for the armholes, and it definitely has positive ease, which I'm very happy about, because I want it to be like oversized vest, which will be great for layering. I'm calling it my garden vest, and I feel okay. So I didn't know what color to knit it in, so I am knitting it with bare yarn, and then I can over dye it once I see, try it on with some of the things in my closet and see what would be more practical. I don't know if keeping it bare with my boys is gonna go over very well for me, but this is my progress. So there's the neckline and the armholes and the back. So right now it's basically, well, right now it kind of looks like a sports bra, but yeah, I gotta add some length to it, and I'm not using super wide needles, but you can see that there's going to be positive ease, which I'm very happy about. And yeah, really interesting construction. So this is making me happy. This is what I worked on last night. We were kind of, I think, a little bit numb and like in a daze. So we just threw a movie on, Chef, if you've never seen it. We watch it all the time because we love it so much. And I worked on this and I added some length to the body. So hopefully I can finish this in the next couple of weeks. I say couple of weeks because who knows. But I'd really like to wear it this spring, I hope. And my other whip, I kind of shared a bit of a sneak peek on Instagram yesterday, I think. But it was a bit of an impulsive cast on. And if you've been here for a while, you know that I am not a shawl knitter. But 2 years ago, I really wanted to knit the Vertices. Oh, frick. I don't know if I'm ever going to say it right. Vertices shawl. I don't know. I'll put the linky thing. By Stephen West. Vertices Unite. It's such a weird word that I don't know if I'm saying it right. Anyways, I casted them on 2 years ago. I didn't make it past like 2 inches. And I think a lot of that, I loved the colors, but I think a lot of that contributed to the yarn. As much as I love the colors, I think a lot of the reason why I cast on so many things and I don't finish is because I don't like superwash. So I am doing a non-superwash one and I'm almost done the first section. But I'm using, I was really like, so I took from the shop. Some dyers seem to have an issue with that, but I don't really have an issue with that. So this will basically be a shop sample, or double as the shop sample. But I chose colors that I just really love. So these are the colors that I'm using. So Gold Rush up top, Lilac Fields, and Cider. And then this is Verbena. I can never say, what is talking anymore? Verbena, which is the Watercolor Collective colorway. And then this was just a one-of-a-kind colorway, but I am definitely going to bring it back into the shop as a permanent color. I just don't know what I'm going to call it yet. So those are my colors, and this is my progress so far. So this is Verbena, and then that one-of-a-kind one that I need to think of a name for. I think it's super pretty. So this is making me happy, and I think because the sections are broken down so simply, I think that is going to make it possible for me to finish. Plus I love this so far. So that is my other whip, and like I said, I'm almost done the first section, and I get to start section number 2, which is introducing a new color, which again is also really exciting. So yeah, those are my whips. I don't think I have, nope, I do. I have one new yarn acquisition that I can show. So one of my dream knits for this year is the Daydreamer sweater by Andrea Mowry, or even just a cabled sweater at this point. And I had purchased yarn to knit the Daydreamer. It was technically bought with a gift card I got for Christmas. But in light of some things that have been happening in the knitting community in regards to this company, I was starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable. It's one of those things like you just don't feel comfortable wearing the finished object, or like you're just worried that somebody's gonna like call you out. And I'm always fearful of that because I do have such a large following. It's a blessing and a curse. So I ended up treating myself to some yarn, and I think that it's going to be amazing. It's 100% Irish organic wool. It is sport weight, and the company is called Yarn Vibes. This is their Emerald Isle base, and I got their colorway Hydrangea. And what's really cool is it tells you, so the color Hydrangea, the origin is Ferngul Bime organic farm, and what else? Yeah, so 328 yards per 3.5 ounces. And I think it's a really pretty color. It's reading much cooler on camera. But I got 4 skeins, and I think that this is a color that will look nice with my skin tone. So that's pretty much right where it is. So, yeah, that is my only new yarn acquisition. Funny story, I thought by now I would have another yarn acquisition to show you, but it has been in transit for 35 days. And I don't know when it's going to arrive. It was supposed to arrive like 2 weeks ago, so it'll just be a pleasant surprise whenever it does finally show up. It did come from Germany, so I knew it was going to take a while for it to come, and I'm totally fine to wait. But I'm very excited for the color, so I'm excited for when it gets here. And then I don't know if you guys have heard of Nutiden. So it's like an unspun Swedish wool. It is so beautiful, and the way it's made is beautiful, and there's just so much thought that goes into it. And so I decided in December that was going to be my 1 yarn goal for this year, is to get some Nutiden. There's been 3 updates, I think, now, and I still don't have any Nutiden. So it goes really fast, and because they're located in Sweden, they put the yarn up, and that's it. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got a little coffee. Okay, so yes, Nutiden. So the time difference, they put the updates live at 5:30 a.m. their time, but that's 12:30 a.m. my time. And let's just say I've tried 3 times to stay awake, and I have failed. So, I've kind of shifted gears, and I am admitting defeat, which I'm okay with. And I found a website. It's called, you can just Google it, the Icelandic store. I could not get over the price of their Plötulopi. For me to buy Plötulopi here in Canada, it's about $13 a plate, which is not crazy by any means. From the Icelandic store in Iceland, it was $6.25 Canadian. So I treated myself, and I got 4 different colors that I can add to my Plotulopi collection. It's, I think, down in the cupboard here. And yeah, I'm going to basically just put all of my eggs into the Plotulopi basket. So I got some really pretty colors and I can't wait to show you. They shipped, okay, get this, I bought them on Thursday. They shipped yesterday. I got a notification today that they had already made it to the Canadian border. And they are due to be delivered on like Monday or Tuesday. That's insane to me, but I'm very excited. So I should have some more exciting yarn to share with you soon. And then I thought, in light of me making the announcement this week that I'm phasing out superwash, it felt like a weight lifted off my chest. So I spent some time yesterday dyeing new colorways, which I'm really excited about. So I thought I would show you. So I'll show you. I still have a few more that I need to do, but my inspiration photo for these colors was this. And I just loved this palette. I've had this photo saved on Pinterest for a really long time. So I will start with this one. So this is a new red. It's coming up a bit pink on the camera. And my battery is gonna die. Go figure. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I don't even know where I left off talking. I think I had gotten a sip of coffee, which is now cold. Okay. Oh, I know. I was showing you yarn. So yeah, I took some time to dye some new colorways, and I am obsessed. So this is the red, and I just think that it's so beautiful. You could do so many things. You could add a pink mohair to this and make it like more of a pinkish red. You could add a deep orange mohair and make this more of a burnt sienna, kind of like burnt terracotta color. It's just super pretty. So I'm very, very happy with this. I always find reds are one of those really hard colors to dye, but I'm very, very happy with this. So this is a new one. Does not have a name yet. I've also got a new pale blushy sandy color. Let's see if I move this. This is better. It's a bit better. So yeah, that and that red. So those are new. And then I have more. I did this pale warm green. It is looking a little blown out. It does have a blue undertone to it, so it kind of changes in the light. Let's see. Yeah. So that's a new green, also no name, but the next two have names because I definitely dyed these with a lot of intention. So this one, both of these are my absolute favorite, I think. And I'm gonna be, I'm inspired to cast on a pair of socks, a new design maybe, I don't know, we'll have to see if it comes to life, but this yellow. So this is called Sunshine, and it has been an overcast and rainy week, which is great because it's spring and we need the rain, but it just feels like it's been really gloomy and really heavy here lately, so I needed some sunshine, and that's how this color came about, and it is absolutely 100% perfection in my opinion. And then the next colorway is called Daisies, Sunshine and Daisies. And I brought 3 skeins up so that I could show you the variation between the skeins. I shared this one in my stories yesterday in the pot, but this is how it came out. And I'm obsessed. Obsessed. So, I love this. I think this would make the most beautiful sweater. But I'm also planning another pair of socks. So whatever I have left over from this, I want to do a striped pair of socks. These two together. It's so beautiful. It makes me so happy. So those are some of the new colors, and I've got a few more that I want to dye up, and I'm hoping to get to that soon, hopefully. And yeah, I actually ended up finding this in my stash of cakes, so when I do my sock design, I'm going to hold this for a little reinforcement on the heel. I might do a contrast tone cuff, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, oh, makes me so happy. And I think that's everything. I'm gonna include some little clips of how my seeds are doing. I feel like I started really strong, and then my tomatoes got a little questionable, and everything else is thriving. But it's all gonna be a mystery on how it transplants to the outside garden. But yeah, hopefully this wasn't too like weird or all over the place, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for these new colorways. I'm really happy with my whips, and I'm just trying to find the good right now in what seems like a lot of bad. But I hope that you guys are well. I hope that you're staying healthy and happy and finding the joy. Hopefully I will be back again soon with a new video and some more FOs, hopefully. We'll see.